Good evening and welcome to Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you on a LEGO set as well. Weird. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the LEGO, the site, the emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can apply those emotes. We've got the new Tier 2 blue emote. You could use that if you wanted to. Harold is here. Dirty is here. Welcome to both of you. We'll get to the song in a moment. Lord Crashin just subscribed Tier 1. That's 35 months. It's time to hit the applause there. So let's hit the applause. Thank you very much. Queen is here. Hello, Queen. Lord Crashin also wants me to play the ska song. I will. I've got 2 ska tunes coming in a second. Lord Crashin said, "Hey, Pat, hope things are going well. Keep up the great work." Thank you very much for 35 months. That is so many months. I appreciate your continued support. Thank you very much. Here is Harold Ska. And here is Lord Crashin's Ska. Thank you for using your channel points on something like this. I'm a little okay, that's fine. Things got a little discombobulated. Lord Crashin says I can hear the difference. Yeah, I appreciate that. Things got a little discombobulated here. I think maybe my camera here is a little off from where I would like it, but that's fine. So I made an observation to myself about an hour ago, and I couldn't let it go. It's 8 p.m. the night that I am streaming at 9 p.m. So an hour before the stream. The best time to move things around? No. Did I do it anyway? Yes. Basically, so here's the deal. This table wobbles a little bit. It's on carpet. It shouldn't really wobble, but it does because my monitors are very heavy. On the other side of the table, I don't have like weight that's anywhere near. I used to have my old PC was on the table, but my new PC case, that's too big. So I put it underneath. Now that does cause the table to wobble a bit. So while I was streaming, if I bumped my table, moved it a little way, the table would move. And of course, the camera would shake a little bit because of that, or you would see the shake. Now, Caption says my mom is happy on the table. Okay, I mean captions are going to captions. I upgraded to new camera, and I have a camera mount for it, and and I attach it to the desk. So what happens? What would happen there? Well, if the desk shakes, not only will you notice the desk shaking, but also the camera would shake because the camera is attached to the desk. So it would be double shake. And that's not great. I'm sure that that's not fun for anybody. It's not a perfect system. You're right, Harold. Better than nothing, but sometimes, is that true? Who knows? So I went ahead and I grabbed a table, a small table that is underneath and a little bit behind my desk table that I'm using. And my camera is now mounted to that. So if this desk, my building surface, if it shakes, you only see the shake of the table picked up by the camera. The camera itself won't shake. They are now disconnected. My old webcam used to be attached to the monitors, and that worked out okay. This will hopefully be better. Now, also, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this now. I'm wearing a short sleeve t-shirt because it is incredibly warm in this room. And I've been wearing long sleeves because I do have some bug bites. I had allergic reactions to some gnats, and it's not pretty. But I'm still wearing the shirt. My hope is you won't see the underside of one of my arms where doesn't look good. That's my hope. If you do, I apologize. But we should be zoomed in so much you won't see it. But I just couldn't wear a long sleeve shirt today. I just couldn't do it. So I'm not going to. So that's kind of the where we're at there. If you are here tonight joining me because you have been following Mr. Jeff Gersman and you saw my name appear there as a mod, making some announcements here and there, you can welcome. You can come here and hang out. We are currently at 40 subscribers. We're looking to hit 45 subscribers. If you'd like to become a subscriber, feel free to do that. And John says, I'm here because Pat Bear is a cool model kit builder. Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, I've had a few more follows today and on Tuesday, and I think partially because people were like, "Oh, Pat Bear's on Twitch," or one of Jeff's mods is on Twitch, so I'll go see what he's all about. It's possible. It's not necessarily the real deal, but it certainly is possible. And maybe we'll have a few more friends join us tonight. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't look like it. Who knows? Tonight we'll be talking about video games because there were trailers for video games. Things happen in video games. I have a lot to say about video games. And we'll talk about some anime later because I watched 3 anime episodes and I want to talk about that. And yeah, that's kind of it. And I'm going to finish this Lego set and then we'll work on a model kit. I am going to reply to my own tweet, see if we can get a few more friends to join us. And then I will get started on the stream proper. Because that's what you're here for, is model kits and Lego sets and conversation. Overhead. Here we go. So overhead, again, if the table shakes, the camera will just pick up the shake. The camera won't move. Now, I kind of mentioned in the pre-show that there is another issue with this current setup, which is my lighting isn't as good as I would like. Because the camera is now farther away than it's ever been. My overhead camera is zoomed in quite a bit, which rules, but it also is pretty high above my third monitor. And the light is not close enough. The overhead light is just not doing the job. It needs to come out a little farther from where it is. You can kind of see it reflecting off my hand. It needs to jut out more to be more over my work surface. It's not doing that. So I will have to fix that. I do have an idea of how I can extend the clamp so that it'll come out and then swing out of my way and not be in my way when I don't need it. Have not solved that problem tonight. That is a future Pat Bear problem to solve, is to get our lighting back up to snuff. I do miss my lights in LA, or not LA, my lights in New York. When I say LA, my lights in New York, I do miss those. My umbrellas and the big halogen bulbs that would reflect light back and fill the room, and then even allow me to have a green screen, which I was never good at. Okay, so you may remember on Monday, I was trying to find the piece that went here. I'm actually missing 2 pieces. This is my own negligence. Lego didn't shortchange me. I was negligent, and I believe I lost 2 pieces. So what I ended up doing was I scoured through whatever Lego I just have. I found a gray piece, which I then covered with a sticker, like it's supposed to be anyway. But you can kind of see the gray there. It won't be noticeable. The wheels will help, hide that anyway. And then I'm supposed to have 2 of these light gray pieces. I only have 1 of them. I can't find the other 2, and I couldn't find another light gray piece. So instead, I will be using black, which is obviously not the same. And when we get their instructions, you might even see that's not the right color, but it's fine. It won't even be noticeable. If I didn't tell you about it, you might not ever saw that and notice. I'm going to turn my mic down because apparently I'm shouting. You would never notice it, but I'm going to point that out. This is my own negligence. When you are opening a bag and dumping that contents, you should look at the bag. You shouldn't just discard the bag and go like, I got it all out there. You should really look, because sometimes those plastic bags, parts can get stuck at the bottom of them. And I believe that is what happened to me. So please listen. Please listen and heed my advice there. All right, so we're going to do this part here, cover that up. I went through and double checked all the parts because we don't have a lot of this kit left to do. We're going to finish up the Jesko here, the Koenigsegg Jesko, not Jesko, Jesko. And then we're going to work on a new model kit for it's a new kit, came out in the year 2022. We'll be working on. Oh, where'd you see that piece? Okay. Sorry, my mind slipped for a second there. We're working on the Nu Gundam and You Gundam Entry Grade. I enjoy the Nu Gundam and its style, and it's an entry grade. It looks very cool. I'm excited to put it together because the RX-782 is the entry grade kit that I tell people to get because it doesn't require any stickers, and it's very easy to follow along. And so I want to know, because I've heard that this one, some people like even better than the RX-782. So maybe I can then recommend this to people to give it a try. So I would like to find out if that is indeed the case, or if really the RX-782 is still the way to go. And so I would like to find that out. So I did not run a poll for my $10 patrons about what I should build next. What makes a kit entry grade? So ask Queen. That's a great question. So entry grade is a very new line here. Model kits in the Bandai persuasion, Bandai specifically Gundam. We'll just say Gundam model kits. If you're buying a Gundam model kit, you want to put together, one of the new kits. You're going to watch in a couple months. You're going to be checking out the new series that's coming out, and you're like, I want to get that model kit. Where do I start? Well, the different kits are graded different levels. There is traditionally there has been the high grade, and the high grade was the easiest to assemble. The 144 scale high grade was the easiest thing you could do. And then if you wanted to move up, you go to the master grade. That's the 1/100 scale. It's a bigger kit, and more complicated. And then if you wanted to get buck wild with it, you could go ahead and get yourself okay, yes. You could go real bonkers with it and get a perfect grade, the 160 scale, an incredibly large but very detailed kit that costs you a lot of money. And there are other grades. There's the real grade, which is like in between the high grade and the master grade. It's like the complexity of master grade, the size of an entry grade. But for the longest time, as I said, the entry grade, the high grade was where you started. It's the kits that you build if you're just getting into it. Entry grades are new. They are, as implied, the entry grade is where you should start if you want to get into model kit building. They don't require any tools. You don't need the Gundams particularly. You don't need to apply stickers, although this one does have stickers, but you don't really need to apply them. There are eye stickers, which is always an annoying thing with a high grade. You can follow along. You're going to build it as you go. The instructions are pretty easy to understand. You don't need to get snippers. And you're going to end up with a kit that doesn't need panel lining. It doesn't need markers or paint or anything. It's just good to go, and it's just going to look good. So that's the entry grade. It is the style of kit you now tell people when someone like me, who's been building model kits for a very long time, when somebody who's like, I'd like to get in the hobby, where do I start? I would say, you get the entry grade RX-782, which is the original. It's the Gundam from the original Gundam series, and it's an easy kit to put together. It looks great right out of the box without any extra stuff, and then you're like, cool. Now I can build a Gundam, and then you can get into the high grades and get more complicated. But as I said, if this new Gundam, the NU Gundam, is easy to build, then maybe that's the thing I will recommend to people, because it does, like I said, it does have stickers. You can see them right here, but you don't really need to put these stickers on. But it doesn't require tools, which is nice. So their grading system, like I said, I got it jumbled when I was describing it, but it's still pretty self-explanatory. Anyway, I did a perfect grade Zaku 2 once. It was the funnest build I've ever done. The perfect grade Zaku 2, I did Char's Zaku 2, the perfect grade, the big red one. That kit was very fun. The perfect grades are a whole lot of work, but definitely worth doing. I've only done 3 perfect grades. The Wing Gundam, the Endless Waltz version of the Wing Gundam with all the feathers, that was a real challenge. And then the other end, the Zaku 2, even though it was an older kit, was still a really fun kit and looked great. Also, that big box, you may remember, your version probably did, the hoses are really fun. Yes, the hoses on that one are fun. That big box had a smaller box inside of it that was the size of a master grade box at the time. And I always thought that was a really silly and fun idea. And they're just like, yeah, you know, we'll just give you a tiny box inside this big box for display purposes, I guess. All right, so we gotta do this. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. Oh, did I miss a piece here? I did. I did miss a piece. Easy when you're almost done with a kit because you can see where you screwed up. Because you're like, wait, that shouldn't be a leftover part. I already separated the leftover parts. All right, we got to talk about video games. First, I will say, before we get into video games, sorry, teasing you. All my love, all positive, good vibes, all good health vibes to Mr. John Flansburgh, who is one of the two Johns, one half of They Might Be Giants. Flansburgh is the big one. Linnell is the smaller one. Flansburgh is a giant man. I am 5'10" and a half, and he towered over me. Is a monster of a man, a lovely monster of a man, and just a great dude. And he was in a car accident last night, coming back from a concert. And we wish him a speedy recovery. Apparently, he is in good spirits, but has some broken ribs, but no organ damage. This is according to an official statement by They Might Be Giants. And so we wish him a speedy recovery because Flansburgh rules. I am not only a fan of the music, but also of the man, of both Johns. But yeah, particularly Flansburgh. Had a wonderful encounter with Flansburgh where he... did I do one of these wrong? I grabbed the wrong piece here. Why is this wrong? What did I do wrong here? This is the wrong one? How'd that happen? How is this the wrong one? I don't have any extras of that either. How did that happen? How could that happen? How could this be the wrong white piece? Where did... yeah, these are all right. This is... I'm telling you, this kit... I don't want to say this kit is cursed. I will just say that I have been having a weird time with this kit. Is it back here? Is this wrong? No, these are both right. Is this wrong? No. How did this happen? You know, it's the off-white piece. Yeah. What? No, these are right. These are right. These are right. This is wrong. This is going the wrong way. You can see that, right? It's going the wrong way. And I don't know where the right piece went. Like, this is right. This is right. These are different. This is correct. Maybe one of these is incorrect. No, that's supposed to go up like that. I don't have any extra pieces. Is the dupe piece with the right piece missing somewhere? I mean, that's the thing. I've been saying, like, it was there also exists the possibility this is a duplicate and I lost the other one, but this is wrong. Like, this is not supposed to be like this. It should be the other one, but I don't have it in my extra parts pieces in any color. This might be a cursed kit. Like, I never want to say, oh, they did it wrong. They gave me the wrong pieces, but like, this is wrong. Like, this is the wrong piece. It's going the wrong way. And I'm looking for like the other white piece. Like, I can swap it out. I think I'm going to swap it out over here because there is a piece down there. I guess I can swap it out. So we'll try to get this piece out here. Can I get this piece out? I guess I can take that off. Brick separator. Because maybe you won't see it on the side, but like, maybe it wasn't my own like gross incompetence. Maybe it is this kit. This kit may just be cursed. I don't know. But I definitely want this to look right because that's how it's supposed to go. And then we'll put this here, which is, wait, how is, yeah, that's upside down. Oh, wait. Oh, it's this. It's this piece. This is the piece. I think this is the piece. So this is going to... Okay. 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 It was me. Also, it was me. Okay. 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 Everybody, nobody freak out. I did another piece wrong, and I'm figuring it out now, what I did wrong. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I have to... Getting these out is not easy. Oh, how unprofessional of me. Sorry, everybody. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take that out. We're going to take this out here. Put it back where it belongs, which is here. That's supposed to go like that. All right, now we can put these back. Put these back here. Reassemble that. Okay. What a point in the build to notice it. Yeah, Queen, like right at the end. Yes, the best time to notice that I have completely goofed it. Right at the end of the build. All right, so we're going to take that off. Now we got to get this out. Oops. Come on. Come on. Come on. Try to pop this piece out without everything else popping out as well. It's just because it's also in wrong, so it doesn't want to go in. Okay. Now we pop this in where it's supposed to go. Oops. So yeah, I like lost pieces to this and also assembled it wrong at one point. Like multiple pieces were wrong in this kit and it was all my fault. And that's just embarrassing and weird on my part. All right. And then this piece is right. Now we can put the cap on. Or not the cap, but the... Oh, geez. Maybe I'll stop fucking fumbling around. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that on there. And now all we have is the wheels and a couple stickers left. So let's apply some stickers. Get this person here. And then we got to put the wheels on, and then we're done with this kit. And then also, it happens. Sometimes these kits are just weird enough to easily goof up. Yeah, I mean, just, you know. The nice thing about LEGO is I've fixed all these mistakes. Like, these mistakes weren't like, well, guess I got to give up on this thing. I guess this is a parts kit. It's like, no, we fixed it. We figured it out. Like, there's room to make mistakes on this kind of kit. So we can. And we can fix our mistakes, which is great. It's nice to be able to fix mistakes. That is the beauty of LEGO. And then we have some lights there. And then this has to go on here. Sticker 10. So we'll apply some stickers. And we have to talk about video games. We don't have to, but I want to. Summer Game Fest started today. Now, I did not watch the Devolver Digital Marketing Countdown to Marketing stream because I, not to sound like someone in a Mammoth play, but I did say this in conversation, and so I did want to say it on stream. I tire of their tomfoolery. Even if the joke is a little different this time around, Devolver's like anti-press conference. Like, you can say it's the Devolver Digital Marketing Countdown to Marketing. You can say that, but you're still doing it. It feels less like it. It's not punk rock. Like, self-awareness isn't on its own punk rock. Yeah, I just don't enjoy their tomfoolery, their shenanigans. I like shenanigans. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy a good shenanigan. I'm saying it's cute. What they're doing, when they did, the year they did their thing, like, in the parking lot, I think that's actually, like, counterculture. That's actually interesting. That's actually, like, trying to say something and do something. That's some wild shit that I can get behind. But just the idea Um, just the idea that they're like, we don't run a normal kind of press conference. It's just like, yeah, you do. At this point, you do. It might be like structured differently. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their bit was this year. I didn't watch it because I'm not interested in Devolver's bit. I guess that's what I'm saying. If it was good, awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you saw some games that you thought were cool. But yeah, I just don't like the shtick, and I'm not interested in engaging with it. Also, I watched, had it on the background, lost it at a point where I stopped working around it to watch it from the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I can understand that. Also, I had watched the Day of the Devs, which was really fun. Bear and Breakfast is my standout. There were some weird games that were set in there. And then some games that I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, fine. But I did like Bear and Breakfast. I played the demo of that. I think that's very fun. I'm looking forward to that. And there are a few other games in there that seemed cool. Um, uh, and At least one of the games was described as a comfort game, which I believe comfort game is the new descriptor because people overused wholesome, and also people's expectation of what a wholesome game is was bad. That, like, I think people are not going to be describing their games as wholesome anymore, because what does that actually mean? Like, uh, so I understand the comforting game. Uh, uh, Also, in the same way that a lot of people mistake slice of life anime for chill anime. Those are two different things. Now, you can be a slice of life anime that's chill, like Flying Witch or Laid Back Camp. But also, sometimes slice of lives are devastating, um, and they're not chill. So I can appreciate why some people maybe don't want to use the wholesome moniker anymore. The main show had Ninja Turtles and Street Fighter, and that's been it. We're gonna go through the. I mean, school life counts as slice of life. Yes, and that's not wholesome. Um, yeah, I understand Ghost Valve. It's not for everyone. Like I said, I just kind of over Devolver's shtick, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Instead, I want to talk about Summer Game Fest. Um, I want to talk about Street Fighter 6 and how Guile looks like Brock Lesnar, and that's not a bad thing. His goatee is bad, and I feel like that goatee is supposed to be bad, and that's good. Um, but yeah, Guile, like older Guile looking like Brock Lesnar, is kind of fucking perfect, and I'm on board. Um, that's all I have to say about that. I'm just gonna go through. We'll go through the hits here. I'm gonna go through everything, but I'm not gonna like delve too deep. If you have thoughts, Ken is definitely going through some stuff. That was my thought too. If Brock Lesnar wasn't trying to look like a retired Viking, yes, Brock, Cowboy Brock. This is not Cowboy Brock. This is like MMA again, Brock. Aliens, Dark Descent. I mean, sure. I guess do another Aliens game if you want to. The theme of the night, or the day, I should say, the theme of the day was, for better or worse, space is bad because aliens are there. Like, shit's fucked. Don't go to space is, I guess, the real thing. Or Mars. Like, don't. Just don't. We'll get to that later. In the Callisto Protocol, which looks cool, but is very much not my thing, because I didn't ever play Dead Space. I'm not playing horror. I don't like horror games. Space horror is also horror. Um, uh, One of the people there talking about their game, the studio head, didn't know where to look because they're in like a space that should have an audience but didn't, and it was very fun because he didn't know which camera to look at, and I like that. It didn't look like he was fully media trained, and I appreciate that, and I think that's good. um Yeah, I mean, it's Dead Space people making a Dead Space because they can't make Dead Space where they were. So now they get to make Dead Space, and it used to be in the PUBG universe for apparently, but it's not anymore. And nobody could tell anyone what that meant anyway, so it's probably for the best. We're done with the Jesko here, so I'm going to take a photo of the Jesko, and then we'll move on and we'll get into the entry grade here. So let's take a photo of the Jesko, which was a cool Lego car. It was a fun Lego build. We'll just do the top down. Top down, Lego. Do 2 angles here. Top down Lego. Just do it like this. Top down Lego. Lego is done. We are now going to jump into the new, and we are going to jump into, we're going to have the markers here. All right. Call of Duty. Look, I don't have anything to say about Call of Duty, the game, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It is what it is. They went and did an extraction. People who know a lot about this didn't feel like they were doing anything different with it, which I can understand why people would be like, no, that there's not enough is going on. That did seem to be the case for my limited understanding. But I can tell you that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is not a remake of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which was the sequel to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It is, however, the sequel to the remake of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So, there was a remake of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 that they called Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and they're making a sequel to that, but it is not exactly the sequel to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And also, again, remember that Modern Warfare was a numbered Call of Duty game when they still numbered Call of Duty. And it's just hilarious. We don't need to use clippers. I'm using those out of habit. I just recognized in myself. Let's try to do this without clippers. We will use some panel lining here on occasion, but we don't apparently need snippers to complete this. So let's try to do it without snippers, unless we run into some issues. It's just literally, you just have to kind of twist them apart, and there won't be leaving any marks of anything, supposedly. So let's do it. Let's follow the instructions to do that. So we need H7. I will say immediately, I am liking this kit less than I like the RX-782 because I am jumping all over the place as far as what pieces I need instead of just like having it flow. Like the head alone uses parts from A, D, and B. And I don't like that. I would prefer if it was just like all in the same thing. Like the head was all together. I think that is a better idea than what we're doing here. This is my opinion. You can have your opinion. If you were like, nah, I think that's fine. Sure. And we need B8. Great. Yeah, there are no stubs on this as the entry grade because you are meant to use it without tools. So there might be a little bit, you might need to do a little cleanup, but the idea is that it's supposed to. Now, unfortunately, the trade-off of that is these two parts came off when I opened a bag because they had come up off the sprue in shipping. So that is a thing to look out for when you are picking up a kit that requires no tools, is that it might actually require no tools, but that also means that some parts might just fall over the place. We are going to panel line this, and I always like to do the face plate before it's fully assembled, just because I find that always easier. We need a D here. This is going to be basically in place of our sticker. So, but we'll panel line this faceplate here. Going back to this, I have nothing to say about Flashback 2. I didn't play Flashback. I didn't think basically anything about this trailer. I have nothing to say about Flashback 2. Witchfire is an FPS shooting monsters. You got magic, you got guns, you're taking on monsters. The monsters did not seem to be reacting to anything. They seemed to just be there to be shot. Um, I see a picture of one of these kits that someone has assembled while still in the bag. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that being a possibility, which is ridiculous. But yeah, we got to pop this out here. It looked very Destiny. Just it didn't look like the weapon anything did any damage. It just looked like you shot things and then they just stopped being things. I don't know. I mean, games in development, but whatever. But it didn't make, to me anyway, it didn't make a great impression. But maybe other people feel differently than I do. But yeah, it didn't strike me as like, it didn't speak to me as like, oh, I got to be playing this game when it comes out. I was just like, okay, all right, I guess. Fort Solace is some kind of third-person survival horror game set on Mars. And then instead of talking to developers, they talked to Troy Baker and Roger Clark, who are voice actors. And that's a choice. I saw more Troy Baker than I would like to see, as he is an NFT fanatic. And also, I'm just not big on, I don't know, oh, we had to do stunts, and I was just like, well, that sucks because you didn't get paid more to do that. You should be, basically. Troy and Roger just described unsafe working conditions, but they tried to make it sound like a cool story where like the stunt coordinator worked with them in a way they weren't expecting. And I'm like, yeah, you should know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're describing a bad time on set as like an anecdote. And I was just like, what are we doing here? This is probably not 8. I probably pulled the wrong piece out here. No, that is 8. No, it's not 8. I pulled the wrong piece out. I goofed. Anyway, I'm not gonna play Fort Solace, but sure. Yeah, it just sounded like, I don't know. It sounded like they're like, these are voice actors. Don't put them through like weird combat things. I mean, I hope they got fucking paid for it, but it's video games, so I don't expect people to be paid properly or what they're worth. It's just my opinion on it. Routine. We did not see anything of Routine. Oh no, we did see stuff of Routine. That's a different game that we didn't see anything of. Sorry. Replaced is the game we didn't see. We'll get to that later. Routine had like a weapon that looked like it was a CRT, and apparently that game got announced a really long time ago and is finally going to come out, and I didn't get a sense of what it was. Also, anything that happened to Routine completely exited my brain as I struggled to understand what was happening during the next segment, which was, of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his gym talking into a phone, plugging his energy drink, and then plugging Black Adam, the movie, paying lip service to the Foundation, which is DLC for Fortnite, ostensibly why he would be there. But then we watched a trailer for Black Adam, and it was just Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson making an appearance to promote his movie at the Game Fest. And also, yeah, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is in Fortnite, but there was no footage of that. That's just the thing you had to know when he said, oh, of course, the Foundation, Epic Games. And you have to understand what he means by that, which felt weird. I feel like full performance capture is becoming more common. Like, I remember seeing those videos of Lady D's voice actor doing the chair throw. Yeah. I mean, I think that is becoming more common. It's not true of every game, but also I don't know if the contracts are reflecting that. That people are doing way more than they did previously. Like, I'm not aware of that. If people are getting paid for that, but again, Again, this is an area that I don't have as much knowledge about. So, but I do have some knowledge of contracts and those kinds of things, and what voice actors are expected to do under a traditional contract, and what some voice actors are being asked to do, which seems to be outside of the bounds of a normal contract. Let's see. Outriders World Slayer sure looks like a video game. I don't know shit about Outriders. I don't know anything about this expansion, but that music was playing, and then things were happening, and there was a lady, and it was like, okay, I guess this is a fucking video game. Hold your butts. That announcement made somebody very happy, I guess. I just don't know who, but if it did, if that's you, awesome. Enjoy that game, because I don't know anything about it. Then there was a little thing of like, here's some Switch releases. Then included in that was Fall Guys Season 1 Free For All is coming this month. The free path for Fall Guys. I found Outriders to be profoundly unfun. Well, there you go. Let's see what we got here. Stormgate, which is a very generic name that I don't love. Frost Giant Studio, which is made up of ex-Blizzard people. Get it? Frost Giant Studios, ex-Blizzard. They're making an RTS game, which you wouldn't know for the trailer. That trailer, yes, Lord Crashing, they don't do announcements. That's for their own. They just do, packages. Yes. I don't know if I implied that this was unusual. I was just stating it as a fact. So Stormgate, their trailer did not make it seem like this was an RTS. It did make it seem like people that had made it had worked on StarCraft and Warcraft, which it definitely feels like. Also, it's free to play, which was a surprise. And they upfront said, hey, there aren't going to be any NFTs in our game. And that's awesome. Now, it sucks that they have to, go out of their way to say, hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We don't got any of this. It does suck that they have to go out of their way to be like, yeah, we're not, we're not going to have any NFTs. But also, it's good to know that they're not going to have any NFTs. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, I could see you mistaking that for a Warhammer game. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Replaced could not show a trailer because some of the studio is in the Ukraine, and so they're dealing with some shit. So they wanted to give them a shout out, and that's cool that they got a shout out. It's still nice they got that shout out. I forgot to mention High Water. High Water is one of them adventure strategy games. It's the end of the world. I liked its art style. I don't know enough about it. I feel like that's a game that I will watch someone stream and be like, ooh, yeah, all right. Oh, but not play myself, or I'll hear about it on a podcast and think it sounds neat. But again, not play it myself. That's just the vibe I'm getting from that game. American Arcadia is like a Truman Show escape. Yeah, it seems to be like a utopia, but also it's a being watched all the time for entertainment, and then somebody's trying to get out of there. That's what I got. I don't know. It had a lot of interesting look to it, but I came away from that trailer not fully understanding, curious, and not fully getting what is this video game. So that's kind of where I'm at with High Water. But it did have some style, so I do appreciate style. It's like Truman Show meets Inside. Okay. Goat Simulator 3 had a quote-unquote fun trailer where basically they just parodied Dead Island 2's trailer. Also, if you're wait, it's the third Goat Simulator game? No, there is no second Goat Simulator game. They jumped from Goat Simulator 1 to Goat Simulator 3, which I'm not fully opposed to. Sure, okay, I guess do that if you want to do that. Yeah, I thought that trailer was fun. I liked the look of it as soon as the goats showed up, and it was like, oh, okay. Because a bunch of people were like, is this Dead Island? And it's like, no, it's just parroting Dead Island. Um, um, yeah, I thought that was fun. It's like Frog Fractions. Yeah, I guess. Um, Midnight Suns. It's still Hey, Midnight Suns is still Marvel XCOM, and Blade's in it. And Venom's bad but doesn't want to be bad, and the Hulk is bad and maybe wants to be bad. Yes, Lastberg, I did understand what you meant there. Yes, Glitterman Grove is Frog Faction 3. That's the inverse, where you hide it in a different game. This was just skipping a game, but it's still playing with the title for funsies. Cuphead DLC is coming, and the name of it, if you take the name of the DLC, it's DLC. I'm a wet blanket about Cuphead because I don't give a shit about Cuphead at all. I'm not gonna watch the animated. I don't care about the game. They took an art style that has a lot of fucking racist imagery, and they were like, "We're not gonna deal with any of that. We're just gonna use this art style because we think it looks cool, but we're not gonna address how like it sucks." Like fundamentally, there are elements of this art style that we are aping that sucks culturally, but we're not gonna like acknowledge that. And then if you're the real racist, they didn't say that, but fans of the game defending the game have said that people that think that that game is racist are the real racist. Again, not the developers, their fan base. So I kind of fucking hate Cuphead. But anyway, the DLC is coming, so be excited if you want to play that. Again, I am just being an asshole about it. Let's see. Trying to get through some of this stuff that what we got here? Neon White is coming. Neon White is coming. It is card based. You kill demons so you can get back to heaven. I love its look. It's got a fucking killer soundtrack. I've heard a couple tracks from it in another form outside of this. Mm-hmm. That's all I can say. But I have heard some music from it outside of this, and that music kicks ass. And it looks fucking cool. It's a game I bet I would be very bad at, but would certainly enjoy watching other people play. Neon White seems very cool. Midnight Fight Express there's a PC demo of that now on Steam. It's basically Hotline Miami without the drug trip, is how I can describe it. Like, it's not weird like Hotline Miami, but it is like that kind of overhead, run into a room, beat the fuck out of everybody kind of game. Like, use whatever you can, survive by beating people up. So it's got a little bit of a Hotline Miami, but it's not a drugged out nonsense thing. As far as I can tell, I might be wrong. I took a piss break during Warframe because I don't know what's going on with Warframe, and I didn't feel like I was going to miss anything about Warframe by not being there. Now, I will pose this question. Were there any Warframes in that trailer? Because when I got back, all I saw was like a lady, and I didn't see any Warframes in the portion of the trailer that I saw. Were there any Warframes in the Warframes trailer? Or is this DLC or expansion coming out for Warframes just like a different thing? Warframes are the robots you control. Yes, I know that, Lord Crashington. I'm saying I didn't see all of the trailer, but all of the trailer that I saw was just like a lady talking shit. It did not seem to be a Warframe. It seemed to just be a lady in armor. And I was like, are there still Warframes in Warframe? Is what I'm asking. Because I didn't see any in that particular trailer of Warframe. Again, I did not see all of it. Yeah, kind of, yeah, like a locust. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I also, sorry, I should clarify, I don't care. So you don't have to, if you are typing up a thing explaining to me, that is fine. You can do that. I don't actually need to know. Their Warframes is a trailer. Okay. And they gave one away. That's the drop I got. Okay, yeah, I did get a drop. I did not realize that drop was a Warframe. Okay. Well, now I got a Warframe drop, I guess. Cool. We got the backpack. We're going to panel line this and do that. There's a plethora of Warframes. Okay. Again, like I said, I did not watch all of it, but what I saw, it was just like a lady, and there was not Warframes. Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail is a space RPG and an anime-ass anime game. We had 2 anime-ass anime games in this, and then we had an anime game. But I'll describe what the anime game was later. John, I don't know if they make them, and I don't know who makes them, but I probably never, because I don't know anything about Warframe. So probably never. Hey, we just got a raid by Puppet Jared. All right, hell yeah, welcome everybody. Hello. I don't know what Jared was streaming tonight. I imagine Jared was looking at cartoons that are so bad that you can put them on YouTube and no one gets mad about it. That seems to be a lot of what Jared streams. Again, I don't know. He could also have been doing research for something else. Although that, yeah, it could have just been Jake doing research for something for a podcast or something. But welcome, Raiders. Happy to have you here. I'm Pat Baer. I build Lego sets and model kits. Working on a model kit right now. It is the entry grade Nu Gundam NU. And we're doing a little panel lining. We're trying to make it look pretty before we continue to build the backpack for this kit. If you're unfamiliar with model kits, the entry grade is the new, fairly new, last couple of years, entry point for model kit builders. Is where you should start if you are getting into that, because you don't have to use tools. I'm using panel lines because I like the look of panel lining. It gives it more of a comic book or manga feel. So I enjoy that. But some people don't care about that. And you don't really need it for this kit. It's still going to look good, even if you didn't put a bunch of marker on it. But welcome. If you have any questions about model kits, feel free to ask them. We are talking about the Summer Game Fest that happened today. Jeff Keighley's E3 alternative. So we're talking about that. Let's see. We're talking about the anime-ass anime game. Oh, thank you, Hario Speedwagon. I get that reference. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. Welcome. Honkai Star Rail is a space RPG and is an anime-ass anime video game where is the main character, key 3, indeed, spicy. Is the main character, one of the main characters, a villain? I don't know. Seemed like she might be. And is that a weird spoiler to put in your trailer? I also have no idea. But it happened. Then there was Zenless Zone Zero, which is an action fighter. A Gundam. Love that TV show. Hell yeah. It's also an anime-ass anime game. Zenless Zone Zero. Now, my question is, which if you don't know the answer, that's fine, because I didn't look it up either. Oh, thank you, Delos. 210. Thank you for the follow. If you're thinking to yourself, hey, Pat, is that a gacha game? Is Zenless Zone Zero a gacha game? I can't answer that question. It feels like it's a gacha game. It feels like it's a gachapon game. Because it had a real, Genshin Impact vibe to it. Now, if it is or isn't, I unfortunately do not have that answer, and I apologize for not having the answer to that. But I don't know. Then we got TMNT Shredder's Revenge. It is out on the 16th. Casey Jones is in the game. So now there are 7 playable characters. All four turtles. April O'Neil. Splinter, almost said Shredder, Shredder's Revenge, Splinter, and of course, Casey Jones. And it's 6-player. We're getting into some of that X-Men arcade game shenanigans. It is a 6-player game, and there are 7 characters. So somebody pointed this out in Jeff Gersman's chat, and I couldn't unsee it. And they said, did they put Splinter in the game so they didn't have to force someone to be the girl? Like, imagine you got 5 of your bros to come over, and you're all going to play TMNT Shredder's Revenge. You don't have to be April if you don't want to be April. Now, is there somebody in your group that definitely wants to be April O'Neil? Of course there is. Statistically, there's 1, and there might even be 2. Or, statistically, there's somebody that wants to be April O'Neil, and somebody that really wants to be April O'Neil and will never play April O'Neil. But definitely their lives would improve if they just recognize for themselves, I definitely want to be April O'Neil in this game. But they won't ever think that, and it's a shame that they will never accept themselves enough to recognize that they would love to be April O'Neil in this video game. Can't wait to play Hot Girl that Mikey has the hots for. Indeed. One of my favorite barcades has the X-Men arcade game. Hell yeah, Queen. It's a very good game. Let's see. Super People. I thought, now obviously we're going to see it later, but I really thought the trailer for Super People was a trailer for Saints Row. Because there was a lot of graffiti and just like strong looking people all over the place. But then they started using superpowers. And then also somebody flew in the air and then used a shotgun, which seemed counterproductive. They'll never let us play as the Venus Ninja Turtle. I would definitely say no. Yes, that is true, Lashbrook. You do get a coupon for a personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut if you buy the Limit Run Games physical edition, which is cool. Yeah, and then we'll get to say Super People was made by the developer of Wonder People. The developer is Wonder People? Okay. Super People, whatever. I have nothing to say about it. Humankind has DLC, and Humankind is coming to consoles. And this is me telling you all I know about Humankind. That Humankind has DLC, and Humankind is coming to consoles. End of my knowledge of Humankind. I don't know anything about this game, except that it's coming to consoles to fucking get ready for it, I guess. One Piece Odyssey was not an anime-ass anime game. This felt like very much like a run-of-the-mill anime game. I will say 2 things about it. 1, Jeff Keighley did say Monkey D. Luffy. Not Monkey D. Luffy. He said like Monkey D. Luffy. Which is wrong. It's Monkey D. Luffy. I would have taken Luffy. If he had said Luffy, because if it just been that wrong and said Luffy, I understand. People make mistakes, sure. But he did say Monkey Duh. And that's bad. And then also about that is it's clearly set in its own world sometime before they went to Wano, because where the fuck is Jinbei? You're going to show the whole crew there? You don't got Jinbei in this crew? No thank you. This is clearly its own thing, and it doesn't matter that Jinbei is not part of the crew at this point, except that Jinbei rules. Fucking, if you have the option to have a character who knows a thing called Fishman Karate, you put the samurai Fishman that knows Fishman Karate in your video game. What are we doing here? Just set it whenever. Who cares? I'm not going to have Jinbei in there. What are you thinking? That's how his name is pronounced in the French One Piece dub that Jeff watches. Yeah, the French Canadian dub. I made a joke about Monkey D. Luffy with a screenshot of a Luffy someone made in Saints Row on Twitter, and is doing incredibly minor numbers, but I'm not used to. Oh yeah, it's doing like better than you would expect numbers, but like it's not like ruining your experience, but it's like, oh, somebody popular like this, huh? You got a quality retweet, eh? That yeah, every once in a while that'll happen. You're like, oh, shit, okay, that's what this feels like. All right. Um, let's see. Let's keep talking about video games. Soul Hackers 2. I've seen the trailer for Soul Hackers 2 before. I had never heard of Soul Hackers. Sorry. I didn't know what Soul Hackers was. But when I saw that Soul Hackers 2 trailer before, the first time, I was like, oh shit, this looks good. I don't know what this is, but it looks fucking cool. And now, this one was just like, hey, here's what the English voice cast sounds like. To which I say, if you don't have a new trailer to show, it's okay. If you don't have anything new to show, are there people that really, really are hyped for this game and also want to know about the English voice cast? Are those people real? That are like, oh shit, I can't wait for Soul Hackers 2. Oh, word? And that's what one of the people sounds like? Is that a person? Soul Hackers was a Shin Megami Tensei spinoff. Yes, I am aware of that now. It's the first with a female lead. Yes, they are. I am the one. Okay, yeah. I mean, that, like, no, I know about the game now. I said when the first trailer came out before, I didn't know anything about Soul Hackers, and I was like, what's up with this? I do know about Soul Hackers. 2, I am aware of what it is and what it's about. But again, I just didn't realize that there would be people out there that were like amped to learn more about the game, specifically the English voice acting. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Very quick hit. Capcom Arcade Stadium 2nd. Looked like a lot of games coming out. I do appreciate that it is Capcom Arcade Stadium 2nd, not 2. That is a small thing, and I think that is nice. Because why not? Who cares? Call it that. I think that's good. Mario Strikers Battle League comes out tomorrow. It is they themselves describe the game as soccer-ish. And I think that is a fun thing for them to describe their game as, instead of someone else saying, you know, it's like soccer-ish. They're like, no, we made a soccer-ish game because we understand that if we said that this game was actually soccer or football, people would get mad. So we're not going to call it football or soccer. We're going to say soccer-ish. It's got soccer vibes. Metal Hellsinger. Fuck yeah, Metal Hellsinger. It's a rhythm murder game. It's a rhythm shooter. There have been other rhythm shooters. Pretty recently there was one that was like kind of had like an Egypt vibe that looked pretty cool. They used the phrase slay to the beat, which I think fucking kicks ass. I thought that sounded cool. I thought this trailer was great. And then after the fact on Twitch, they were like, hey, we know we mentioned a bunch of like known people in the metal world that like we got to do some songs for this, but don't worry. You can stream it and you can put Let's Plays up on YouTube and we won't come after you. Apparently, supposedly, the music in this game will not trigger DMCA, is what Metal Hellsinger has said, which would be good. Harmonix couldn't figure it out, which made way for this to happen. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to give you a secret on why Chroma failed. There are 2 reasons. 1, their partners had some fucking problems that had nothing to do with Harmonix. And 2, Harmonix has a lot of people that are very good at music, but clearly not enough people that were good at making shooters. But they tried a bunch of different things. But that was they had some issues that were outside of that. But yeah, I'm really glad because there's some music in there that sounded great. But I'm glad that they flat out said like, "Hey, don't worry about it. You can stream our please, please, please. You can stream our game." Also, Metal Hellsinger is a good name. I think that's a pretty damn good name, Metal Hellsinger. The Quarry is out tomorrow. It's another like Until Dawn game. It's the people that make those made this. David Arquette voices like the main character. I won't play it. I will probably watch Giant Bomb people play it. And also Loading Ready Run people play it. I will watch those two companies play those games. Yes, Door Crashes did. Like, I don't think that's going to be a game that I would play, but it's a game that I think looks fucking rad. But then they're also like, yes, this game, I will definitely check out The Quarry, but I don't expect to play The Quarry on my own. All right, let's get 4, 3, and 2. Okay, I got here. Yes, The Wrestler. Yes, indeed, David Arquette, The Wrestler. Okay, so supposedly I can just pop these out, but like, yeah, I guess it did come out. Some of these don't necessarily feel like they want to come out with just your fingers. It's an entry grade. You're supposed to just be able to do it. Let's just keep going with Nightingale is a survival crafting game. Literally, they're just like knocking over a tree really early in that trailer just because it's like, hey, you know what this is. If you don't want to play this, you know now. You don't want to, you know if you are into this or not into this. Don't even front. Don't worry about it. Nightingale, get your axe pick and let's go. If this is a thing that you want to play, you know about it already. You've heard about it. You can't wait. You're trying to get into early access for it, or whatever, or get like a demo. You know this is your shit. And just like enjoy it. I hope it's great. I hope you enjoy this thing and it is exactly what you want. But like, you fucking know. How does this fit in? Oh, it fits in like that. Okay. There it goes. All right. It's the beam weapon. This is the beam where the beam saber goes. We'll give it a little panel lining. Saints Row Boss Factory, the character customizer, is out now. This is an Epic exclusive, at least a timed exclusive. So if you're looking on Steam for Saints Row, the Saints Row Boss Factory, if you were like, oh, I want to check that out, and you're like, why isn't it on Steam? I heard it was out today. It's only on Epic. So load up your Epic launcher, remember your password, or maybe you use it every day. I don't know. But go in and take a look and get that. And mess around with it. You can import a photo now. It's on console as well. That's right, Lastbrook. That's right. It is on console as well. So you can go take a look at that. I haven't done that yet. I've done that in the past, and it's been pretty fun. Warhammer 4000. 40. It's 40K. 400,000. It's 40K. We're just gonna say that. Warhammer 40K. Dark Tide. Just fucking looks like they made a Doom game. And I guess I'm not opposed to that. I'm not fully opposed to they just fucking made a Doom. They just made a Warhammer Doom game. Like, I'm not super against it. I think that's okay that they did that. They were just like, what if we made Doom? Dirty. I guess you could do that. Yeah, I'm all right on that. Let's see. Layers of Fears. The sequel to Layers of Fear is Layers of Fears. It's Bloober Team. Bloober Team going out on a limb, making a horror game that's not set in space. Apparently, Bloober Team didn't get the fucking memo that shit's in space now. If you're doing horror, you do it in fucking space. You don't do it in like a house or whatever. I don't know. I'm being harsh on that game for no good reason. I mean, I'm just never going to play it. It's just not something that I would be into. But it was funny to see like a horror game that is not a space horror game. It's just a jump scare horror game for streamers to overreact to and pretend like they're more scared than they are. Um, let's see. What do we got here? Gotham Knights. So, I mean, look, let's just say it. Layers of Fear. If you wanna, if just you wanna find that Germa clip of him laughing through the jump scares, like this is a dude that is supposed to be reacting to this content, and jump scares, and he just starts laughing during it. It's an incredible clip of Germa just like not fucking having it. It's very, very funny. And just being like this like girl running across the thing and like just like planting her head and just completely beefing it, and then him just being like, wait, can we see that again? And just laughing. Gotham Knights started with Jeff Keighley setting up Gotham Knights, which is nice for him to do, right? He's going to set up this game. He's going to give you the short pitch before we watch the trailer, right? And that makes sense, and he should do that. I think that's good because they don't have a voiceover person. So it's good for Jeff to be like, hey, here's the setup for Gotham Knights. It's just that the setup for Gotham Knights is Batman is dead. Now here's a trailer about Nightwing. And it's like, hey, wait, what? Jeff, you can't just say Batman is dead and then be like, and now a video game. Like, what? Now, I understand that the Batman family, or Batman Inc., was a storyline in the comics. I also know that Batman wasn't really dead. He was trapped in various time periods, which is hilarious and a fun idea that he was just like traveling through time. He was, just doing whatever. And but it was just very funny to be like, Batman is dead. And now you could be Batgirl or two Robins or Nightwing and like fight stuff. Have fun with it. It's just like, okay, cool. Sure, I guess. I guess I'm down. Thanks. Thanks, Jeff. And then Last of Us. Like an image of the next game, and then a bunch of time on the HBO show. In fact, two of the voice actors are they're not playing them as actors, the roles, but they are going to be in the show with characters, which is a thing, I guess. Sure. I do think that if you're making a TV show, that you want to appeal to people that haven't watched the video game, because there are more people that haven't played the video game than there are people who have played the video game that also will watch an HBO series about it. So I do think that like nods to the voice actors is fine, but like not really a selling point that I would make. And then the big announcement, the big thing. This is the end of the presentation. Here's your last bit cool thing that was, of course, leaked out and ruined, but also, on the other hand, not a big deal and not that cool. In my opinion, they're remaking the first game and it's coming to PC. Did they already remake Last of Us? Yes. Are they doing it again? Yes. Did the fucking footage they showed of the new version look better than the last remake? Not really. And it just felt like a wet fart. It really did just feel like, okay. I mean, all right, I guess. That's your big closer? Sure. I know a lot of people fucking love Last of Us, but here's the thing. If you love Last of Us, you also just played the first Last of Us. Yeah, The Last of Us Part 1 is instead of, yeah, that's what they're calling it now. Instead of Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2, they're calling it Part 1. But you just played the remake if you love it so much. Are you going to play it again? Why? Who cares? The PC version, I guess, good. They're putting it on PC. Sure. I don't know. This just felt like a lot of like, who gives a fuck? And showing like one still frame image of the next thing. More Troy Baker out there. And she's like, okay, I guess. I don't know. I know I'm being negative. I apologize for being so negative. There were things that I thought looked cool. Again, Metal Hellsinger, I thought looked cool. I'm excited to build my boss for Saints Row. Soul Hackers has a lot of fucking style. Casey Jones being in Ninja Turtles, that's fucking rules. I thought Midnight Fight Express looked great. I thought the Goat Simulator 3 trailer was funny, and I appreciated it. What else? What else I think was good? Witchfire looked kind of cool. I thought the vibes were solid of that. And Street Fighter, we started with Street Fighter 6. And I thought Street Fighter 6 was a great place to start. I thought that the vibes for that were very cool. Showing Guile, I think, is a smart thing. Not showing Guile at the PlayStation thing and showing it there at Games Fest, I thought was neat. I thought that was a good, or Game Fest. I always want to put an S in there. It's Summer Game Fest, not Summer Games Fest. And I always feel like it should be Games Fest, but it's Game Fest. It's the Game Fest. Or just call it Summer Gamer Fest and be done with it, which is worse. Anyway, that's that. Summer Game Mess. Yes, that's the Game Mess. Other things that I will be probably watching. I imagine I will watch the Bethesda stream, the Xbox Bethesda, I should say, and probably leading right into the PC gaming show. And then, let's see, because that's on the 12th. So, yeah, I'll be watching those on Sunday, so I can talk about them on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to watch the Capcom showcase on Monday, because I do have something going on Monday. But I will most likely be doing the... you can count on me at least watching the Xbox and PC on Sunday, because I will be in the chat moderating for Jeff Gersman, because I'm a moderator. I'm a mod for Jeff, which is very fun. I'm pretty good at being a mod, so I am happy to help Jeff out. And as I said, while I was doing that, I was getting some people that noticed my name in there and gave me a follow on here, which is not like I wasn't hunting for that, but I'm also will fucking take it, please. Please come hang out. So that was nice. I just got an email. This is Lord Crashington says, I just got an email about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator releasing a new manga soon that has Iron Man and Spider-Man going to Japan to attend a gaming convention. Okay. I expect I'll hear something about that at some point. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator making something new is cool. I'll check that out. I don't know why Iron Man and why Iron Man and Spider-Man would go. I don't understand what's happening, but okay. Sure. I'm not going to do a pause for the cause tonight, but right now, just because it'll be fun. If you are currently a subscriber, you can throw the emotes in the chat. Bear Cave Lego Scythe emote. Again, we are at 40 subscribers. Would love to get to 45. If you're thinking about, if you want to become a gift subscriber, gift a sub to somebody in the community. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, friend. Francium5. I've modded here and there for some people, but never regularly, and I don't know how regular I'm going to be about Jeff modding. I definitely am going to be doing it for a while here as Jeff gets used to being a solo streamer, because he's certainly done some streams, but also, like, we've got a good little mod team, but as he gets a schedule, we can find out who's actually available for those times, which will be good, and then we can start working that out among the mods. so it's not just like who's awake. Is Rara awake right now? How long have they been up? Who's around? Who's doing what? We got to figure all that out. But yeah, it's been good to do that. But anyway, yeah, throw some emotes in the chat. Let the people know that becoming a subscriber is an easy way to support what I do. And I appreciate that if you are so inclined. And boom, just happens. Francium dropping some subs. So we're going to hit the applause here. Thank you very much, Francium, for gifting 5 subs. Appreciate it very much. Thank you and welcome to What the Pharaohs. It's Zomtastic, Edgar Allan Poe, Balthazar, Wiseman, and the Locust Horde. And also, thank you very much to the Infinity Games for following. Appreciate that as well. And yeah, now we're at 45, so we got an update over here. Go in here and properties, and then we're going to do 45 out of 50. Our next incentive is try to get to 50. Again, if we don't get to that, that's okay. But yes, thank you very much for that. We are indeed working on the Nu Gundam, which is the entry grade. It's the new entry grade that came out this year, which parts of it I'm really liking, and other parts I feel like the instruction booklet is too small. This could be bigger. If you were handing the entry grade to someone for the first time and you were like, "Here, check this out," I think that this booklet is too small, and I would like to see a glossier, bigger booklet. If someone is saying, "Hey, I want to get into model kits, where do I start?" and you're like, "You should start here." I feel like this is not what you should be giving people. This is my opinion. And then 13 and 9 on the other side. Great. But yeah. Other things that I can really say. I'm going to give you all, because I usually do this, but since we had a huge raid tonight, I didn't really get into it. But I'm going to talk about the anime I watched since Monday stream, because I do often talk about anime on this here channel and what I'm watching. And we're getting close to the end of the season, so I'm going to give you a brief overview of 3 episodes of that I watched of I'm Quitting Heroing, which is on High Dive, RPG Real Estate, and Skeleton Knight and Another World, which are both on Crunchyroll. I'm Quitting Heroing is easy to describe. A lot of fucking action happened. Our hero is playing the villain right now. He is definitely trying to get these people to kill him because he does not want to be an unstoppable killing machine anymore. A lot of action, making it very clear that he could kill them all really easily at any time. And we are left on a cliffhanger if the big action that's about to take place, if the spell that binds his abilities will be enough to put him in his place. But yeah, a lot of drama in this episode, but you can tell this was episode 10 of 12 because they are like trying to get to the finish line of this series. A very odd series that really does sometimes not seem to know if it is a comedy or a drama or both, and how dramatic it can be. It's a little of a weird series, but I still like it. I wish I was watching other stuff on High Dive to justify having High Dive, but it is still a good show, so I will continue to watch it. RPG Real Estate is supposed to be a cute and cozy show. It's the cute girls doing stuff genre. It's supposed to be a cute and easy show about what happens after the Demon Lord has been defeated, to what happens to adventurers. Some of them go into regular jobs, like working at a real estate agency and finding tenants for people trying to rent, and also housing for people that are looking for houses. This episode, they helped this elf who works at the castle find a house. But also there's like fucking drama. There's a lot of drama where one of the characters might be a dragon that's causing all kinds of problems for people. Spoiler alert, she's not. If she is a mystical being, which I think she is, she's not a dragon mystical being. We figured that part out because a dragon fucking showed up to attack her. And then I guess we're going to get 2 episodes because that was episode 10. So I'm like, are we getting 2 episodes of fighting this dragon? I guess. Also, we as the audience knew that we think that she's probably the demon lord reincarnated and not the dragon, but whatever. But people think she's the dragon. And fucking the lady they helped narked them out. And people that they helped before are like, well, we got to put you in jail because you might be a dragon. And they're like, okay, I guess. Guess you'll just fucking do that shit. But yeah, a lot of action and drama in what is a light series often. So that was weird. But if you like some light shit, we got Skeleton Knight in Another World. This was an episode of like, they met this elf and he's like, hey, actually I like humans a lot. So I understand why you have a problem with them, but I think they're okay. And they like killed a monster. And then I guess they're going to have a run-in with the guy that keeps breeding these monsters. I'm into light shit. I understand. Yeah, I hear you, Lord Crashington. Skeleton Knight in Another World is very generic. It is still a very generic isekai about a guy that wakes up in a video game-like world that is very similar to the video game he used to play, and he is fucking psyched. Here's the thing. This dude never thinks about how, never thinks about his past and like, oh, I guess I'm dead. Oh, I don't miss my family and all that. He's just like, wait, did I get summoned or reincarnated into a different world? And it's like an action thing and I'm a strong ass knight? Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Like today's episode, they see a bunch of wyverns and he's just like, those are small dragons. Hell yeah. He's just like fucking psyched about it. And I don't hate that. I like that he still has a gung-ho attitude about the nonsense. He goes overboard. He does suplex a giant worm and kills it by suplexing it because he is like protecting someone from getting attacked by it. So he can't reach for his sword. So instead he just lifts it and like back and drops it. So he just does a suplex to a giant like 30-foot worm, sandworm. And that was cool. And everyone was just like, what the fuck just happened? They're all like very shocked because our dude is real strong. And I like that. I like that he continues to just be a strong weirdo. All right, so this has got to go in like that. Ooh, that slides in nice. Okay, I will say that. The way that the armor slides in on this is very cool. And I can appreciate that about this kit. Yeah, so the guy who's been training beasts that they've been fighting all along without knowing who, I think we're going to get a showdown with this guy. He's got more beasts. It won't be a problem. Our main dude is not going to have any fucking trouble finishing the fight and, whoops, no, and taking the fight to him. It ain't something to worry about. That is a problem. This just like fell out as I was grabbing the sheet here. That is the problem with these entry grades where you don't need snippers to take them off is pieces just fucking come off sometimes. Oh yeah, Harold's not cleaning any lights. Doesn't go for that light stuff. What did we need? We need 27. Wait. Oh, that's A2. That's not A1, everybody. Don't get it twisted. It's A2. We're definitely going to finish this kit up on Saturday. I've got the vibes. Like, obviously, the arms aren't done, but we just have to do the arms. Maybe we won't finish this up on Saturday. I'll know what the next kit is that we're going to do here, but we still have to do the legs. Is there a weapon on this? Yeah, I guess maybe we won't finish on Saturday. Maybe we won't finish until Monday's stream. But we'll definitely almost completely finish this on Saturday. We've got some time left on the stream here, so we're not done yet. Don't worry about it. We got more stuff to do here, but I'll definitely put a poll up for my $10 patrons over at patreon.com/badbear. Try to figure out who's going to be the next, or the next kit that we build. Got to figure that out at some point. Video games. I talked about games that I watched on there. Games I've played. I played Teardown last night on stream. That was fun for my bonus stream. I thought that was a very good time. Thank you for everyone that came out to watch that. I really appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out on stream with me while I just checked out a bunch of weird mods in Teardown. It was a good time. It was a silly time, and I hope people enjoyed it, because I certainly did. I certainly very much enjoyed my time with that game. Didn't do any of the actual levels, just goofed around and fucked around with a bunch of stuff, but it was silly, and I enjoyed doing it. There we go. I'm waiting on a solid deal for Teardown again. I hear you. It's not a super expensive game, but it was a really fun one. I picked it up a while ago and hadn't really messed with it. But the mods are really easy to install. They got a lot of good, weird things going on there. People are trying some stuff. There was some stuff I didn't show because it's experimental, even for the game. And I was very much afraid that it was going to bork something on my computer. I was pretty scared about my computer not hanging out. Have you seen any Gundam anime? Yes, I have. I've watched a lot. I've watched the original series. I've watched Zeta, 8th MS Team, War in the Pocket, and then, of course, Wing was like my first real introduction to Gundam, and then I went back and watched G Gundam, and then I watched Gundam X, and then Turn A, Iron-Blooded Orphans. I've messed around with some of the fighters and divers, but not enough of it to really claim that I've watched that. But yeah, I've watched quite a bit of Gundam over the years. I think when we talk about Gundam stuff, like obviously going back to the original is what some people say. That's because people that prefer that to some of the weirder Gundam stuff, which I understand. But I am also a sucker for the other century, the weird ones like G-Wing, some of X, Turn A, Iron-Blooded Orphans, which I think is a modern classic, and also a great entry point of like figuring out what's going on there, because the Gundams look cool and are brutal, and the story is brutal, and it's fucking sad. And so I have a lot of love for Iron-Blooded Orphans. Yeah, I'm excited about Witch from Memory too. The main Gundam feels a little cluttered. It feels like a bit too much of a mishmash of a bunch of different things. But I think the other mobile suits they've shown kind of spur my interest. Maybe in motion I'll like it more. Like not in motion, but in motion. Like maybe I'll like it more in the series. But I think the like art I've seen of the main Gundam, I was like, wasn't super like, I don't know. I was like, this just feels like a lot of different things. G Gundam was hands down my favorite. Yeah, so we've talked about the G Gundam on the stream a lot, so I'm not going to delve too much into G Gundam here. I will say that I respect G Gundam for trying a bunch of weird shit and breaking the mold, and to break the mold, it had to go really far in order to do that, and I respect that about how far it went. But like some of it doesn't hold up, and how could it? Some of it feels way more like caricatures than homages to things, and yeah, some of it hasn't aged particularly well. But Domon is still one of the best Gundam pilots of all time. Just fucking kicks ass. Domon rules still, even if some of it is just like, okay, all right, sure. This is what you think of this country. Okay. This is what this country would choose to represent itself as in a battle. Oh, all right. I guess. Yikes. But. All right. Let's panel on this here. Really want that real grade God Gundam when it comes out in the expansion parts? Yes. Uh, I have the God Gundam pre-ordered, and it keeps slipping and moving. They keep moving the needle on the God Gundam. Right now, I believe Gundam Planet says August is the last time I looked. It said August, and that is like not when I want. I want to already have had it. I want to have already have built the real grade God Gundam. I would just like to build that kit, but we don't have it. Oh, the Tequila Gundam. Yes, the Build Divers version of the Tequila Gundam. Yeah, that is a good-looking, weird, oddball kit, but I don't think you're gonna get it now. Anyway, I just don't think you're. Yeah, I just don't think that that's in the cards, everybody. Hey, I want to hear from you. What are y'all playing? What are y'all watching? Anybody into anything right now? You watching anything on streaming services or regular television? Are you checking out anything that you're like, Pat? I got to tell you about this thing. This is the thing right now. Or reading anything? Let me know. I do like hearing from y'all about what you're all into. As I said, video game wise, Teardown, played that. Playing Hearthstone, still playing Hearthstone. Still enjoying the Hearthstones. I don't know. Nothing really to report there. I'm in gold in Wild right now, so that's been fun, and I've been enjoying that. Oh, you're excited for Boys? The Boys season 3. I just said Boys 3 is a way different sound, has a different connotation than The Boys season 3. If you're just like, oh yeah, I can't wait for Boys 3. That sounds like a band. That sounds like it sounds like a boy band. Like, oh, I love Boys 3. There are 6 of them, and they're great. But yeah, I hope it kicks fucking ass, and you're like, hell yeah, this is my shit. You're having a great time with it. But yeah, anybody else playing, watching, doing anything that you're like, oh yeah, Pat, you got to know about this stuff. Tomorrow, I'm going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm excited about that. My Dungeons & Dragons crew getting together tomorrow. So my Echo Knight will continue to punch and kick things. And with its fellow Echo, and be very excited about it. And our Bard has been trying to write dirty limericks, which has been very fun because she is not an improviser by trade. And she did it as a joke, and then now various characters in good fun, we now request. It's like, well, now how would this, the recent battle we had, now how would you express that in the form of a dirty limerick? And she's very embarrassed because it was supposed to be a one-off gag, and we're not letting it go because it was very funny and out of nowhere. But that is a good time. That's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some of that shit. I'm looking fucking forward to it. My dad went to go see Top Gun today in the afternoon. Top Gun Maverick. He and his best friend down here went to go have lunch. They went to see Maverick, and then they had lunch. They didn't eat in the movie theater. My dad was very proud of himself because the movie wasn't so long that he didn't have to get up during it. He sat for the whole movie and didn't have to go to the bathroom, which for a man who just celebrated his 80th birthday not 1 month ago, that's pretty fucking good. Pretty good for the old dad, Mr. Bear out there, not having to visit the restroom during the movie. He was fucking psyched about that. He didn't miss any of the movie. But he reported that it was good, and he wishes he had remembered what happened in Top Gun, because there were a few moments where he was like, did that happen in the last movie? Because he did not watch Top Gun before going again. So he was like, he and his friend were both like confused about a key element of the first movie. My dad's not a computer user, because otherwise it would be like, well, just look up the Wikipedia article on it and just like, do read it again. But that's not my dad's style. So he did not engage. This arm feels very loose. This one does not feel loose. This arm feels super loose. I'm going to try to pop this back in here. Yeah, no, that feels bad. This is supposed to hold a weapon, this arm. That doesn't feel good. That feels very loose. I might stick some blue tack in there. I'll wait until we get a weapon to see how it feels with the weapon, but like this feels very wobbly, whereas this is also actually pretty wobbly, but not as much. I don't like the feel of that. We'll have to see how it feels when I put a weapon in there, but right now, not loving that. I played the demo for A Little to the Left, which was on the day of the devs. Oh yeah, it's a puzzle game about quick organizing puzzles, then arranging the junk drawer, setting a table, but occasionally a cat shows up to mess with what you're doing. Yeah, that looked very cute. Some people were very thrown because they like the devs did like a bit of business with like live action. They were like doing some stuff just to kind of set themselves apart. You know, people want to be a little creative and do stuff, and I don't mind that. But then once it got in the gameplay, I love the idea that you're just like, it's a game about organizing things, and sometimes a cat fucks with you. And I just think that's very fun and very charming. Yeah, that looked fun. Like I said, like that looked like a game that I'm like, I don't know how much that's gonna be, but I'll probably pick that up, mess around with that, organize some stuff. I believe that's on Steam and Switch, if I remember correctly. And that seems good. Seems like good places for that to be. Seems like that could be fun on the Switch. And I bet that's fun on a Steam Deck. I don't know for sure. But yeah, Steam Switch, yes. Yeah. I got bullied by a cat pretty hard on one puzzle. Yeah, I'm going to have to check out that demo, Lord Grashington. I didn't know there was a demo out for that game. But that does seem neat. And I do like the idea that sometimes a cat just fucks with you. Because I haven't lived with a cat in a long time. I haven't had a cat in a very long time, but I also haven't lived with a cat in a long time. Because I've had roommates with cats. And sometimes, yeah. One of my roommates had a cat that liked to bite paper. Not eat paper. Like to bite and gnaw and rip it with its little mouth and shred the top of it. It was doing it for attention and also to be like, this is my house, I assume. I assumed that's why it was doing that. So I used to have scripts, and I wouldn't use like a computer. I would write notes on it, so I wouldn't use it on a tablet or something. I would have physical scripts. So I used to staple a blank piece of paper and just write the name of the script on the top. So if the cat ever got into my room and started going after the various scripts that I had notes on, it would just be going on a blank piece of paper that didn't have like notes. Because sometimes on the front page I would write like a bunch of notes about the whole script and like what I needed and like what I needed to set up, like as reminders. So I would have to like have like a dummy paper for this one cat to just like eat. They also seem to have an alternative solution to some of them. Yeah, I love the idea that there's not just like a one way to do it, that there are options that there are different options for it. I think that's very cool. I just started a new game with Satisfactory, and again, I've told myself I'm going to be super organized. Yeah, Dirty, you're going to be very organized this time. You're going to do everything exactly how you want to do it. There's going to be no room for error this time. You're going to nail it until you can't, and then don't get mad at yourself. Just don't get mad at yourself when you eventually just like start just fucking going for it. Just doing whatever you need to do. Sometimes you gotta do that. We're gonna finish the waist on this, because then we just have to do the legs. So I will do tomorrow. My $10 patrons, so at least one of them might be here. Will be able to vote on what I do next. After this, because we will be finishing this up on Saturday. Because Saturday, all we do is the legs and the gun and the shield, and neither of those are that difficult. So we definitely will finish it by the end of it. So I need to know what to build next. I just really wanted to do this. This was a kit that like I just really wanted to build. And it's been on my backlog for a bit, but I really wanted to check it out. As of right now, I mean, I would still say the RX-782 is the kit to get if you are looking to get an entry grade and start your model kit building. I would say that that is still the thing that I would recommend. But I don't dislike this kit. I'm just not as in love with it. One wrestling thing. I won't get too much into wrestling because I've talked a lot about it the past couple weeks here. I think it was a waste to have it be Kyle O'Reilly against Moxley. It became a done deal. As soon as Kyle won the Battle Royale, it was like, oh, okay, that means that Moxley's going to win this match. Whereas, like, yeah, it was probably a done deal anyway, but they could have, like, put in somebody that, like, maybe could have won. Even like a Johnny Hungy, a John Silver, you could have been like, well, maybe he could pull it off. That'd be kind of fucking cool. But if you're just like, oh, yeah, it's going to be O'Reilly, it's like, oh, all right, well, that's a guy who, like, doesn't have to lose, and you won't feel bad about it. I was mad it wasn't Eddie Kingston because I do want to see Moxley Kingston again. But maybe with some build, and maybe not just, like, with, you know, only a night's build. But still, I didn't love that. Yeah, it was really obvious, especially when they had him win the Battle Royale and face Mox in the same night. Yes, well, that was always going to be the plan, was whoever won at the beginning, because they're on a tight timeline for that. So that was always the plan, was that it would happen that night. But when it was O'Reilly, it was like, he's not going to pull it off. But they could have picked someone that could have pulled it off, and they didn't pick someone that could have pulled it off, because it wasn't going to be like O'Reilly, but maybe like Yuta. Like, Yuta almost won. That's a fucking fantastic thing. Well, we've already seen that, but now they're on the same group facing each other, and the pressure's different because it's for championship opportunity. So it's like different stakes than just proving yourself. Like, that would have been, you might thought that they might be like putting a rocket, shooting a rocket with Yuta, but no. Instead, it was just like, can win this and it won't hurt him too bad, in the standings. It's like, meh. Just didn't feel like an inspired choice. All right. Also, if Swerve becomes a heel and we start getting Swerve Keith Lee matches, I think that's great, because that tag team doesn't do a lot for me. Keith Lee is a better solo guy, in my opinion, and Swerve is a better heel than a face, in my opinion. My picks in the back half were Fenix or Hobbs. Yeah, I thought they might do Hobbs. They might give Hobbs a push, but they didn't. And then I can understand it not being Fenix. I can understand that. Saturday we might talk about the new belt, which I have thoughts on, but we don't have time for my thoughts on the new championship title that they have introduced. So we'll get to that another day. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. This is going to do it for the stream. We are going to rate, just like we did get rated by Papa Jared, which is fucking kick-ass, and that was so nice. We are going to go in and share the love by going and hanging out with somebody else, taking this party to another streamer. We always end with a raid, yes, as John says. I'm going to find somebody who is doing some stuff that I think will be nice to bring some people with, and I hope you come along for the raid. Again, my next stream will be Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to try to work on the overhead lighting because I have been tweaking everything with my cameras and all that. So I would like to find a way to do that. How long? We could go and raid a model kit streamer, but I don't know when he started. When did Ian start? Okay, 2 hours ago. So that was, maybe they would keep going. I don't know. I wonder how long they're going to go. Sorry, this is bad. We're not going to go raid that because I don't know how long they're going to be doing it. Instead, we're going to go hang out with Ra, something completely different and nonsensical. We're going to go hang out with Vectroid live. Ra has been working on some music production. So she's going to do some music stuff and be weird, and she's got like I can't describe Ra's streams, but she's going to be working on some music, and I think that's cool, and that's a different kind of making. But Ra is also awesome, and I do want to support my fellow mod for Gersman. So yeah, you got to be a follower to chat in there, because that's just an easy thing to kind of keep people chill. So feel free to come along on this raid. Ra rules. This will be a weird, cool time, and I think you will really like it. So come along on this raid. I hope you enjoyed this. Give me a follow if you didn't already and you're new, or if you're returning. Thanks for being here. Thank you for gifting subs earlier. Really appreciate that, Francium. And thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.